You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey, 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 what's going on? It's YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe, going strong. We're here today, Friday, at 12 on 106.1 and 104.5 FM. Please be sure to follow us at YPC936, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Give us a go, give us a shout out, and give us a follow. Son, how you doing today?
I am doing lovely. Great Thursday, started out cold, then the sun came up and it got warm.
And was that the best part of your day?
That was when it got warm because I don't know, I think the older I get, the weaker my bones are and I get cold. I hate the cold.
You know, there's stuff you can do for that.
What's that?
We'll get together after the show.
Breathing exercise?
No, you don't do. No, there's stuff that you can do, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like your bones aren't as dense. There are plenty of things to do.
Well, not my bones.
And if you would like to know anything about that, reach out to us as well. And I'd be more than happy to help you out with a response.
Okay. How's your day?
Day's been good.
How's your week?
Week's been great. It's been a really great week. It's been busy, and since the new year started, Sundays have been spent with my lovely wife, which I was working 7 days a week, last year, and then, coming into the holidays, we said, we need more time together. Let's take Sunday.
And what is she gonna do different on Monday? We talked about it. She's gonna try.
My wife. Shout out to Elle.
Shout out to Elle.
She is going to Carlson Gracie to go do jujitsu for the first time.
Shout out to Carlson Gracie.
Lovely wife, Kelly.
Shout out to Kelly.
Shout out to all those people.
Hey, women's class, 5:30. 5:30. I don't do women's class, so I don't know.
5:30 to 6:30, right?
Hey,
or is it 5:30 to 7?
5:30 to 6:30. It's an hour.
Lauren Murphy, shout out to Lauren Murphy's going to be over there this Monday teaching that class.
UFC fighter.
That's right. Veteran of the sport.
Oh, yeah. This is all females. If it doesn't matter. Well, ages.
Shout out to Female Power.
Female Power. I think, my daughter's does it. She's 10 years old.
And she is awesome.
10 all the way to whatever age you can still do it. So shout out to Carson Gracie, shout out to the women's class, and shout out to the coach, Mona Bailey.
Shout out to Mona Bailey. That's right. Son, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
If you could define success in one word, what would that word be?
Not eating anything on the wheel of death.
That's not one word.
Not eating anything on the wheel of death.
That's not one word.
Not eating.
That's not one word either. I hope you do have to eat on the wheel
Go
of death
ahead.
later.
I can't think of anything right now. What is one word you can describe success?
Consistency.
Consistency?
Yeah. For instance, I think that customer service is great, but if you only practice it once, it's not that great. I think faith is great, but if it's not consistent faith, how great is it really? I had faith once. Remember that? 10 years ago, I had faith. That wasn't consistent, man.
I don't remember.
But my faith is consistent, just to make sure everybody knows. I'm faithful every day.
Faithful?
I have faith every day.
That's good. That's good.
That's
Let's see. Mine would be, you got consistent. I would say,
not eating on the wheel of death?
no. You said one word.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
You did. Man, I would say the same thing too. Consistency. If you're gonna, if you want to build something, build a business, build anything, a deck of cards, a house out of a deck of cards. You got to be consistent at.
That's not
it.
easy.
It's not easy.
It's not
You
easy.
got to keep doing it, even though it falls apart. You pick it up, put it back together, and you got to do it day in, day out. You know what I mean? If you want to be a master at it, keep at it.
Have you ever tried that at a different at several different locations, building a house of cards?
What do you mean different location?
So I got really frustrated this one day because I had finally gotten the hang of building a house of cards at my house. And then I told somebody, yeah, I was at a friend's house. I said, yeah, I can build a house of cards. And I started trying to build a house of cards at their house. I didn't know their house. I've never built a house of cards at their house. I couldn't do it. It was the and I swear, I was over there. I was like, no, it's your AC. I got to go do it in a different room. The AC is putting too much of a blow. And I was trying to, get over the top of it and, finagle it. And it just wasn't working. They even said, okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead, go in a different room. I still couldn't do it. So sometimes the environment of life can make something that you're even so accustomed to come back and feel like it's the beginning again and make it feel like it's difficult. But if you're consistent and if you don't give up and you have faith, you'll be able to build that house of cards, even at a different location.
Wow, that was deep. That was real deep.
Yeah. Who do we have on the show today?
We have a special guest. Every guest is special, regardless. Okay, every guest is special.
Every guest is
Today,
special.
we have no other than the paint master himself, Marcos. He owns Douglas Paint and Body Work. Yeah, Paint Master.
PMM, Paint Master Marco. Pum.
No. No. Don't make him sound bad.
I'm going to ask him.
So Marcos, yes. Paint Master himself. Got a great story. Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait for him to be on the show. He has a lot of experience of what he does, where he started to where he is now. I think a big part of that is what you said earlier, faith.
After talking with Marcos, he does have a lot of faith. He's got a really interesting story too. I'm excited to hear it again here on the show today, and I'm excited for all of our viewers and listeners to be able to hear it. Marcos is a wonderful guy. They have a wonderful business that they operate. So let's go ahead and bring him in. Everybody, get ready. We're about to tune in with Marcos. Talk to you here in a sec. Hey there, everybody. I'm Taylor Cobion with the OC Wellness in Conroe, Texas, and I'd like to start this off with a question. What's the most important part of your health? That's right, psychology. If your mind isn't in it, then you aren't in it, and that's the biggest part of my job, increasing your drive, energy, and personal happiness. While I'm looking for people experiencing chronic disease, pain, and fatigue, the first step to helping these people, aka you, is by assessing their and your mentality. The information and marketing out there can tend to lead you down a dark rabbit hole, but you've got to remember that your mind and body are what? An original. And you are the what? The captain. Together that's original captain, and that's what the OC stands for. Do you know anyone who visits the chiropractor but still doesn't experience lasting relief? If so, please send them my way. I'm Taylor Cobion, owner of the OC Wellness, reminding you to keep your health and wellness original.
Hey there, this is Kathy Sanders reminding you about a local treasure, the new Danville store located next to the Hyatt Hotel in Market Street, The Woodlands. Shopping at the new Danville store, you will find quality, locally produced items for those hard to buy for friends, co-workers, and family members, while supporting a great cause. Shop local, shop for a cause, shop the new Danville store at Market Street or online.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
Hey, what's going on, Conroe? This is YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe, coming to you live, noon, Friday at 106.1 and 104.5 FM. Please be sure to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram at YPC936. That's it. We are here with a lovely guest today, Marcos. Marcos, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you having me here on the show. My name is Marcos, like you already said, and we do collision repair, insurance work, and non-insurance work. So if you're in a wreck, we're the guys that you come talk to.
So you said that to me the first time that we talked on the phone, insurance work and non-insurance work. I don't know how, is that at all a rarity to find people that don't do insurance work?
For the big companies, it is, because that's where it's their bread and butter. That's where the money's at. So if a customer comes in and they're doing insurance work, insurance pays technically a fair price. They pay what's supposed to be paid per se. And then if you come in, and you're probably living paycheck by paycheck, but you're trying to fix your car, you're obviously not have enough money to pay for if you went to like the dealership and paid for it, you wouldn't be able to afford it, because it's pretty high up there sometimes, So a lot of the big shops, they don't even mess with you. They don't even want to talk to you. They'll ask you, is it an insurance job? And you say yes, they'll take you in. If you say no, you'll be like, well, we can't help you. We're too busy. Or they'll come up with some excuses to not have you in. So I say that to all my customers because we're slowly growing, and some people freak out and they see a lot of cars parked outside and they don't want to come in because they think we're a bigger company now, or only work with insurance. But we work with insurance, non-insurance. We have SNAP finance, so we'll finance you, in-house or whatever. So we'll try to help everybody out.
I love it. Son, how did you and Marcos come across each other?
I met him for the first time when I was at a bar, and he looked at me. He was like, "Hey there, cutie." I was like, "Hey, not like that." No. We met at my shop, right?
Right.
We met at our shop, my shop, and of course at Lake Conroe Automotive. He came by and said that, hey, if you need any body work or anything we can do or be a service to you, let us know. And I'm willing to give anybody a shot. I mean, like at my shop, I try to offer it to everybody. I do everything, even if I can't do it, I know somebody that can do it. So that's where I use Marcos for body and collision work, right? This is my go-to guy. We've been doing business for a very, very long time since you started. And I continue to give him business when I have it. He's painted a couple of my cars too. Mm-hmm. Yep, he's painted a couple of my cars too. He did.
The first one was that yellow BMW, complicated color, front
Yes.
bumper.
Yep, it was a Phoenix yellow M3. He did that one for me. Then he did you did the whole red M3. Remember the clear coat came off? Mm-hmm. He repainted the whole car. And nice. I was like very, very happy. I was like, especially when it comes to your personal car, it's your baby, right? And especially me, it was my baby. I had to make sure that it was in good hand. And trusting Marcos with it was, man, hands down, like, it was unbelievable. Like, I trust him with all the cars that I bring to him now. So he did the M3. He did the blue BMW wagon 2 or 3 times. He's done numerous work for me, So yeah, that's how that's how I know Marcus, And what you used to work across the street too?
Right. So I used to not work across the street, but my partner used to work across the street. We don't want to get too much into detail there, but he used to work there, and like Son said, I met him at his shop because we do work for a lot of dealerships, or I say a lot. At the time, it was like 5 or 6 dealerships at the same time. So, small car lots, they'll have a bumper repair, a door repair, whatever, trying to make their cars look nice to be able to sell them. So, one of the guys, he's the one that actually brought me over to Son's shop, and he said, hey, this is who I use, for work on my cars. Give him a try whenever you have anything. And he sure did. Mm-hmm.
Marcus, how old are you?
I am actually 27 years old.
Really?
28 here in March.
Man, I
Yes,
thought
sir.
I thought you was in your
happy
30s,
birthday
seriously.
ahead of time. I'm the first, right? I'm the first to wish you happy birthday so far.
Yes, so far.
What?
Yep, you are
When is your
about
birthday?
2 months
He
early.
just said it.
March 29th.
He never pays attention.
Why would I wish somebody happy birthday and it's 2 months out?
Why not?
Why not? See, underachiever. So,
Unbelievable.
tell us a little bit more about how and why you got into auto collision. Because you told me over the phone a little bit about that story, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's a very, very long story, but so I got into collision repair through my partner. His name is Douglas. That's why Douglas Paint Body. We named it after him. He is my sister-in-law's husband. He did collision repair in Florida for high-end dealerships, McLaren, Ferrari, all those high-end exotic cars. So that's where he learned to be very, very particular, very meticulous with his work. And we were both in a point in life where it was very rough, very complicated. We were actually living together, with our wives, living in the same house, so we could, kind of split the bills and whatnot. And I told him, hey, we can't live like this forever. We have to have some kind of for a future. We have to look out for a future, and it's got to get better than what we have now. And I already knew what he was doing, and I knew where he was working. And I told him, hey, why don't we just open up a shop, and we talked about it, and we were like, well, we don't have any money, every business needs money to start up, and we didn't have a dime. So I had a truck at the time, and he had an extra vehicle at the time. He sold his vehicle, so he was carless, and I sold my truck. We just had my wife's vehicle. With a little bit of money we got, it was like $3,000 or something for both cars. We actually built a small shed, on our property or on the property we lived in, and just started working underneath that shed. I
Where
remember
was that property located?
It's in Cut and Shoot, 105 East. It's in the neighborhood back there, and it's actually my dad's property. He let us live on his property for a few years, and the very first car we painted, we tied up a piece of plastic from my porch to the rails on the top of my truck, and he painted his first vehicle there. And he obviously had already painted it, but it was very challenging because somebody let us borrow an air compressor. He had to go out and purchase a $40 paint gun, and we didn't have any of the materials for it. So technically, everything we made on that vehicle, or he made on that vehicle, it was just to purchase the gun and the materials. And so people got to know him here in Texas because he was coming from Florida. So, maybe a few months after that, we were able to build that shed and work from there and go on from there.
Was it an instant success?
No, definitely not.
How long did it take you?
It took us about a year. So again, we were working from home. Just mind you, just got to think about it. In the neighborhood, way back in the woods where nobody knew, everybody knew me as I used to run a CNC machine, machining completely different, and then I was waiting tables at Olive Garden, so everybody knew me doing that. So when I kind of tried to tell them, hey, we do paint and body work, they're like, since when? When do you do paint and body work? I didn't want to go into detail, but Douglas was the one actually doing all the work. I was kind of doing trying to get customers in, all the marketing. So it took about a year, it was really bad. We didn't have many customers. The few customers we did have was the car lots. And I say fortunately and unfortunately, it was the cheapest car lots, so they never wanted to pay full price. I mean, they already don't, but I mean, this guy was cheap, and so we were just making, just barely making it. And then,
Hey, this
it
car
was
lot I know?
Was that?
This car lot I know?
Don't
say no name.
No, it was a different car lot. Yeah,
Okay.
he's not even there anymore, but he was right down the road from you too. So, it was about a year into it, and things were looking pretty rough. I remember it was Christmas, and we really didn't have no money, and we were just getting maybe a car every week, and that wasn't paying nothing. So it got very complicated. He took the decision to go back to Florida. He bought the plane tickets and everything with his wife. And during that time, we both had our kids. I guess it was a bad time to have our kids. But he was going to go back to Florida. He had bought the tickets and everything. And his daughter's birthday is the second or third week of March, close to my birthday. And he had scheduled to leave beginning of April, the first week of April. And it was something crazy, that week of his daughter's birthday, we just got crazy busy. I mean, like I said, we had one vehicle at the house there fixing on a week. And then all of a sudden it was like 8 all at once. And then I told him, well, what you gonna do now? He's like, well, it's just a one-time thing. Let's finish these 8 cars out, and I'll head out of here, and we'd be done. And I was all right. And then the next week, another 4 or 5 showed up. And I was like, so when are you going to leave again? He's like, well, as soon as we get these cars out, I'll just head on out. And then when it was getting closer to his time for him to leave, the cars kept coming. And I was like, dude, if you're going to leave me by myself doing this, I mean, I don't think I'm going to make it, because I was still kind of just doing the customer thing. I wasn't really doing hands-on yet. I had seen him for a whole year do it, but I had never actually done it myself. By myself anyways. And, when it was maybe a couple days for his his ticket, his flight to come, he was like, look, people are still coming. The only way I would stay here is if we looked for a real shop, and, just went all out. If we went all out and do this, I'll stay. And if it doesn't work out, I'll just continue with my plan. If it works out, then we're good. And that's how it happened. We found a place on 105 East, 14372 East Highway 105 in Cut and Shoot, Texas, if you want to know. And
we want to know.
Yeah,
We want to know.
We want to know.
It was originally a storage place, and I actually asked the guy if he leased it to me, and he said no, 3 times. And then I called him the 4th time. I'm like, man, you got to help me out here. I'm in a lot of trouble here, and I'm trying to look for a shop in downtown Conroe, but, permits and all that stuff, we didn't have the money for it. As it was, we were already going off on a limb there, because we had asked family members to let us borrow money. So family members had to believe in us to even let us borrow that kind of money, And he finally said yes. He said, look, it's a storage, but I'll let you use it for whatever you want, and I'll try to help you and go from there. He said the first month, just pay me the first month. Don't even leave a deposit. I kind of explained to him our situation. And whenever you see the before and after pics, the first 2 bays, that's the only 2 bays we had. And we've just been growing ever since.
How long have you been in business now?
So it's a total of 5 years about to be here in May. So the first year at home and almost 4 full years here at our shop.
You have how many employees?
It's a total is 8 now.
Wow.
Including
that's
myself and my partner.
That's not slow growth. That's good.
That's
consistent
incredible.
growth.
That was a very quick growth 2020, surprisingly, even though we had COVID.
But before I forget, I want to shout out to your kids. As you said, it was a bad time to have kids. As if you were. I said, kids, y'all are loved.
Hey, it's never the wrong time to
It's
have
never the
kids.
wrong
That's all I
time
gotta
to have
say.
I didn't
kids.
mean that, but
Hey,
it was just we didn't
shout
think
out
it
to
was
the
the right
kids.
Shout out
situation
to
to
the
have
kids.
kids.
Shout out to Douglas.
Shout out to Douglas and his kids too.
Yes.
He's got a girl and I have two.
non-refundable air
children.
flight.
And yeah. It was worth it, wasn't it?
It was definitely worth it.
Well, his dad had even paid for that, so
Wow.
he wasn't too worried about it. His dad was upset because he thought he was going to have him back at his shop in Florida, but that never happened.
I see.
Now he's got his own shop.
Now he's got his own shop.
That's right. Y'all have your own shop.
Yes, sir.
I love that. And y'all are Christian based as well.
Yes, that was whenever we talked on the phone, you said, what do you think was the important part of your success? And I said, God first. We're a Christian faith based shop. And if it wasn't for faith and just praying, that things got better, we could see the light at the end of the tunnel, then if it wasn't for that, I don't know. We probably gave up a million times by now already.
Yeah, so faith definitely made you strong, because I know how it is. You know what I mean? It's either you go in a little bit at a time, a little lukewarm, or you go all in. And you definitely went all in with faith and everything, and you let God take over from there.
We went all in. I mean, all in.
Shout out to
Yeah.
All In.
Hey, go ahead and sing that song.
What's
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus take the wheel?
Go ahead. That's exactly what you did.
It was
you
crazy.
Put it in his hand, and you said, "I'm all in."
Yeah, a lot
You know
of
what I
people
mean?
think having your own business is, hey, you take somebody's money, you come up with this business, and then all of a sudden next day you're rich or something.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that's not how it works. It's
Well, you started with nothing.
literally nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
the first few months, we had to pay rent there and everything. We took, since we were still living together, we took maybe, what was it, like $300 together for 1 month. That was just enough to pay the electric bill. Dad helped me out with the water bill, and I don't even know how we ate. That's how
But
crazy
you,
it
but
was.
You, but you had faith.
we had faith.
You know that it's gonna come.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna come.
You
Yep,
don't let
that's
the,
what
you
it
didn't
was.
let the hard times beat you down.
Yeah.
What's the face for?
It was just complicated.
But it made you a lot stronger.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I mean? And a lot of
definitely.
people-
It made us stronger, and you know, it was good because going through that, now it's like, you know, we have a problem and we know we could just face it. We'll just face it. We'll fix the problem, move on, and we'll know we have another problem down the road, and we'll just fix that too and keep
You
on
see,
going.
you remember when we had Zach on here, Galindo's Barbershop? He said that, you know what, don't worry about it, you know what I mean? We faced that problem already, right?
Yep.
And then, you know, if we got through that, we'll
can
get
get
through
through
this
this.
one, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's exactly the same thing every entrepreneur go through, you know what I mean? Is if we face that problem and we got through it, we'll get through the next one, you know what I mean? So don't worry about it. And, yeah, we love the story. The story's incredible, faith and everything, and, you know, hopefully our audience got something from that, because I definitely got something from it.
I
That was the
definitely
first
got
time I
something
ever
from it,
heard
too.
your story. You know, I know that I've never asked about your story, and I'm glad that, you know, we got a chance to hear your story today, and everybody else that tune in to YPC. Make sure you tune in, subscribe, hit the like button.
If
So
you're
definitely.
watching right now and you haven't hit the
Exactly.
like button or the subscribe
Stop
button,
what you're
shame on
doing.
you. Stop. Pause.
And go like it. And understand that you had no prior experience in automotive collision. Douglas did. And that just shows you that what Jody has hit upon too is that, hey, I'm not good at a certain area, you know, I just got to have somebody else that's good at it to do it. And that's
you
what,
delegate.
yeah, that's what you did, you know. Douglas
Oh,
might
yeah.
not be the talker. That's you. That's
Yeah.
where you come in, you know, and it goes hand in hand.
Oh yeah, I mean, he had to do whenever we moved to a new shop. Like I said, I had never painted before, and I became the full-time painter. You know, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there was a lot of YouTube videos. You know,
Hey, shout out to YouTube.
A lot
Shout
of
out to you too.
Yes.
a lot of him teaching me, and a lot of YouTube kind of, you know, polishing the sharp edges. You know, just little things that I could get tips from here, tips from there. A good, you know, YouTube video. People, not the guys that are painting, you know, under their porch like me. You know, somebody who was in a nice shop and they had the right tools and whatnot. So it really helps. You know, I think Galindo talked about it too. About he read a lot of books. I don't read books. You know, I wish I did. I just don't have somehow I can't make time for them. But everything I can learn from other people, you know, one thing I do know is that you have to ask questions. You want to have answers, you ask questions, whether it's other people who are already being successful, or you ask questions, you Google it, you do whatever you need to do your research to become better every day. And not just in your business, but in life in general. You know, you always want to become better at what you do. If you think you've painted the best car of your life, well, guess what? Come back tomorrow and paint it even better. You know, so, you know, that's kind of how I see it. That's how I live life, you know. And like us for the longest time, and I mean, still now, I was the painter, I was the human resources guy, I was the marketing director, I was the customer service representative, I was doing the estimating, you know, and I mean, now I'm doing half of that still.
You know,
but
that's the one thing I like using Marcos, okay? Because when I have a car there, you guys come out and give me an estimate at my shop. You know what I mean? I don't have to
Right.
take it out to you. Or better yet, I take a snapshot, I send it to you, you tell me exactly what
Right.
it costs. You know what I mean? And if you guys haven't used Douglas Auto Paint and Body, gotta go check them out, because not just only that, you tell me what sometimes I don't want to hear it, but it's good for me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because you don't want customers to come back. I hate comeback, and I'm pretty sure you hate comeback also, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, we can do it. You know what I mean? It'll save you a little bit of money, but I'm gonna tell you, they might not be happy with it, because you can tell the difference. You know what I
Right.
mean? The blend, you know what I mean? The blend. Oh, but that side wasn't damaged, but you still got to blend it. You know what I mean? New paint, old paint.
So I took something from what you said a little bit ago. So technically, are you still reading, but you're just Googling and reading stuff online instead of books?
Right, I'm still reading. Just a lot of legal stuff. Like as you grow, you have more responsibility. You have more problems. You have to find more solutions. You know, as
That's
you
right.
keep growing, you know, people come out and look at your shop and they're like, "Hey, where's your frame machine?" For example. Oh, well, I don't have one. And then we go out and buy one. So I have to do my research. Which one is the most convenient frame machine to purchase that will benefit my company, but at the same time, you know, not put a hole in my pocket. And just permits. Hey, you need a permit for this, permit for that. I'll Google it. What do I need to?
Do you find those answers even though you're going through Google quickly all the time?
I'll find the answer one way or another.
There you go.
Sometimes
that's
does it take a
true
while?
statement right there.
In this kind of business, you have to think fast, act fast, and find a solution fast. It's very a timed job. You don't have time for a lot of stuff. So if I have a problem now, I will work on that problem until I find a solution immediately. Like ordering parts or hey, this something broke. I have to find somebody to fix it that I can't fix myself. Or
Some people freeze in pressure like that. What separates you apart?
It's a tough question.
Would you say it's your drive?
Because I have to kind of dig into kind of myself, it's just the drive. It's you always want to be better. You know that there's nobody behind you that's going to fix your problem. That you're the one. If you have a problem, you're the one that has to fix that problem. So knowing that once you start your business, it's like you find the solution and that's it. You either you do or you do. You can't. There's no it can't. I can't find a solution. I don't want to find a solution.
I have to find a solution.
I have to. And that's
I like it.
That's just how it is.
And
it's part of
in
it.
constant competition with yourself.
Yes, correct. Like I said, always need to become better. Once you think you've done it great, you need to do it again and be greater.
So Marcus, we gotta ask you this: were you born here?
I was actually not. I was born in Mexico City to be exact. Like I talked to him on the phone. My dad actually was living here in Conroe, and he had a stroke and was about to die. He was on his deathbed. So we were allowed to come over to the United States with my mom, and I was 4 years old at the time. And technically, pretty much to say goodbye to him, he was in a coma. He had already had like 4 surgeries, and he was about to be on his last one. And the doctor said, we're going to do this last surgery, but we are pretty sure he's not going to make it. So just come on out and just pretty much say bye to him. And I don't know how things work out when you're in a coma, but I don't know if he heard my mom's voice or what, but he started, he was paralyzed and in a coma, technically dead. And he started moving his toes. So the doctors kind of were freaking out, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it was. And ever after that, he just started recuperating and came back to life. And, here we are almost 24 years later. And
Man, that gives me...
he's alive.
I got goosebumps
No,
here and there.
too.
I got chills.
I got chills the first
bro,
time.
like,
I'm walking.
that's a
talking to this
miracle
guy, and
right
I got
there.
Goosebumps
Oh, yeah.
as I'm walking.
So,
And
I like I said, I'm very happy where we are now. You said you measure what you give your success to, and I said God was the first one.
Amen.
But if it wasn't for my parents, family who's supporting us, we wouldn't be able to do it. We do it for our family, and I'm very happy where we are now. Like I said, I actually have my dad. He is now working for us.
Wow.
I have my mom who works part-time for us. She does our detailing on our cars. So if I were to measure success, having your parents working with you, I think you can consider that successful, even if you don't make millions of dollars or thousands of dollars. If you just take a regular paycheck home, 500, 700, 600, whatever, but you have family working, with you, especially your immediate family, I consider that pretty successful.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree. A lot of people measure success differently, and I love your definition. I do. So, was it easy? You were mentioning family. So when you were a kid, was it easy growing up, or was it a struggle? Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, it was a struggle. Dad had after the whole hospitalization stuff, he couldn't work for like 2 or 3 years. So mom had to go out and pretty much be the breadwinner, and we struggled there. We lived in a small mobile home that a lady was very kind enough to purchase for my mom. She liked my mom. She purchased it of her own money and let us live in that mobile home. And I'm talking about, it was half the size of this room right here. So whatever this room is, half that size. If people, can't see it, visualize it on the radio, maybe a 6 by 12, 6 by 8 little
And
mobile
how many
home.
people?
It was just three of us: my mom, my dad, and myself.
Hey,
and
shout out to that woman.
The
Shout
table,
out to that woman.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to
And
shout out to mom.
What's
to
her
this
name?
day, to this day, I always consider her as a mother. I hope she'll be able to watch this or the video. But her name is Kristen Gilmore. She
Shout
used
out
to
to
be one of the daughters
Man.
of the owners of Gilmore's Floors down the road. They actually had to close down their florist shop.
Shout out to
But she
Gilmore
took us
Flourish.
in and took my family in like if it was her own. And I owe her a lot.
Yeah.
There's no price
this
tag,
is-
huh?
I
There's
mean,
not,
she
no.
will. I think she will never ever know how much she means to us and how much she has contributed to where we are today. But yeah, we lived on that mobile home, and our table turned into a bed at night. You know, it's one of those where it had the shower, and you sit in the toilet and you could shower at the same time. It was
Wow.
that kind of small. Yeah, you kind of cooked on the stove, and right underneath there you had the microwave, and if you turned around you had the door to get out of the house or the mobile home.
I dig it. So what did you learn from
Man.
that?
I learned, just to be humble. A lot of people are not fortunate enough to even be alive. So if just by having a shed, a roof over your head, I mean, that was being blessed enough. We have our limbs, we have our arms, our legs. We can work. So as long as we can work, we can succeed. As long as you have the will, as long as you have the want, you could do whatever you set your mind to. I think Gallardo talked about it as well. That you set your mind to it. You set your mind to it. You have a vision. You have a goal, and you can do it if you just put your head to it.
That's right. That's amazing. Hey, shout out to, one more time, Teresa.
Kristen.
I'm so sorry.
Where'd you
Kristen.
get Teresa from?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And shout out to your
Kristen
mom.
and her whole
Can we
family.
bleep that
for
out?
those 3
Can we
no, we're
bleep
not
that out?
bleeping nothing now.
Kristen.
For those 3 years where your mom ended up having to become the breadwinner.
No,
and,
yeah.
and the family still staying together.
Oh, man.
I think
Shout out
that's
to
a
your
true
parents.
Yeah, shout out.
For real.
'Cause
I have
That's
an
a true,
older
especially
I have a brother
today.
now and a sister. So
Man, shout out to your parents for being so strong. Shout out to your dad, especially coming from the. Hey, I said he was probably on his deathbed and coming back to life. Hey, shout out to God.
Shout out to God.
shout out to
Man,
God.
have faith and don't give up. You know what I mean? Keep on pushing forward. That's it. Question: what's the one thing that you do love about what you do?
The funny thing is talking to people. I love working. I like the environment we work in, but I like meeting new people every day. I like the fact that, I can make a difference in someone's life because they're already going. You might just think about it. You're in a wreck. You're already upset. You're already not happy. You have to come and talk to me of how much it's going to cost to fix your vehicle or to deal with the insurance claim. You're already stressed out. You're already freaking out. So, I have to kind of talk people into, try to be calm, kind of guide them and make them feel better per se. Hey, everything's going to be all right. We're going to take care of your vehicle. We're going to fix it. You'll be back on the road very quick. You're gonna be all right. And they kind of tend to kind of ease up a little bit. And once
okay.
they leave and their vehicle looks great, they're pretty happy.
So what's something that you dislike?
Something I dislike. I guess it's all part of owning your own business. I dislike the fact that it's very time consuming. We're still in the process of growing, so you have to be, almost 24/7. I'll be answering the phone on the weekends, kind of replying back to customers, and you're always working, So sometimes you just wish you could breathe a little bit more, but we understand that that's part of business, and if down the line there will be more time for that.
That's awesome.
I love it. Marcos, I have, and I'm sure we have so many other questions for you.
We do. But before we even stop what we're doing, I would like to see some of your work and let everyone see the work that you
I'd
can
like
do.
to see that too.
Can we see it real quickly?
Let's see it.
Let's see his humble
it out.
beginning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about that. We put that out there over the video or on the video. Marcos from Humble Beginnings. It has such a
Hey, I said it first.
no. I was thinking
Don't
it.
try
I
to
was
take
thinking it.
don't try to take the
You
torch
didn't
from
say
me.
it like that though.
Don't need to.
You didn't even put his name on it.
I don't even need to. Bam. Let's see what's up. Okay, that's what happened there.
Before-
Complete replace the bedside panel on that one. It was too damaged to fix, so insurance paid to just replace it.
Let's see how it looks out. Ooh.
Yeah. Looks clean. Nice.
Wow. Yeah, it's not Photoshop, right?
Nope. And this one was actually a family member. Somebody hit them from behind going 70 miles an hour. Yeah, that was a tough one.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey, get a new license plate.
Nah.
But that's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Wow.
Very good work.
That's it.
You guys do some
So guys,
good
if you
work.
guys are looking for
we
a
try
great
to.
body shop, insurance, non-insurance, he takes it all. Go ahead and, tell them your body.
How do they reach out to you?
Yeah.
man?
You can look us up on Facebook at Douglas Auto Paint Body, or Instagram, Douglas Auto Paint Body, Douglas APB on Instagram.
Phone number?
Phone number is 936-264-6678, and that's still my cell phone. So I've had that number for a long time. You can shoot me a text, call me, whichever way is easier. You can email us at douglasapb2016@gmail.com, or just simply stop by our shop, for more of an exact quote.
And what's that address again?
It's 14372 TX-105. Cut and Shoot, Texas,
You ready to eat
77306.
something weird?
Oh, yeah. Hey, all the dealership out
man.
there, if you guys looking for a paint and body shop, go check out Douglas Paint and Body, Auto Paint and Body out in Cut and Shoot. All the dealership that do listen to us, big dealership, small dealership, no matter what, he takes it all.
Give him a shot.
We do. I appreciate you.
Let's eat.
I want to see you eat something weird. I'm ready. All right, guys, we're going to be right back. And Douglas is going to have a shot to take.
Or Taylor.
I'm not going to. Maybe me too, but I'm excited either way.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned for the Wheel of Death and some weird goodness. Hey there, everybody. I'm Taylor Cobion with the OC Wellness in Conroe, Texas, and I'd like to start this off with a question. What's the most important part of your health? That's right, psychology. If your mind isn't in it, then you aren't in it, and that's the biggest part of my job, increasing your drive, energy, and personal happiness. While I'm looking for people experiencing chronic disease, pain, and fatigue, the first step to helping these people, aka you, is by assessing their and your mentality. The information and marketing out there can tend to lead you down a dark rabbit hole, but you've got to remember that your mind and body are what? An original. And you are the what? The captain. Together that's original captain, and that's what the OC stands for. Do you know anyone who visits the chiropractor but still doesn't experience lasting relief? If so, please send them my way. I'm Taylor Cobion, owner of the OC Wellness, reminding you to keep your health and wellness original.
Lone Star Boxer Rescue is a nonprofit organization serving Montgomery County and surrounding areas, dedicated to the health and well-being of the boxer breed. Lone Star Boxer Rescue is run and managed 100% by volunteers since 1999. Our main objective is to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome boxers that come to us from many sources, including local animal shelters, owner surrenders, and strays. For more information about Lone Star Boxer Rescue, visit our website at lsbr.org.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Hey, it is time. YPC is back at it again with the Wheel of Death with Marcos and Son and Taylor. And one of these days we're going to get Dick back in there. But for all of those that are listening, if you want to see Dick back in the show, put a comment and say, Dick, do the Wheel of Death, or Dick, do the WOD. There we go. Put him on the spot. Okay, let's see who Marcos is playing with today. Nerve-wracking part. No! Yes! No! Woo! Oh, man. And we're playing for
Beetle.
The beetle. I'm
that the
so
beetle?
much happier about the
Is that a
beetle.
beetle? Is this the beetle?
This right here is the beetle.
Oh, it's
This
all
right-
in one bag.
It's all. There's 2 beetles. So you're gonna eat a beetle.
Okay,
I'm gonna
guys,
eat a
I
beetle.
want you guys to look at
Man,
this.
Why am I not excited?
Big bug.
I'm more excited about the beetle than the
We got a beetle,
cockroach.
and there's
Yeah,
a
the
cockroach.
cockroach
What
is
is it?
pretty
A
nasty.
scorpion, a beetle, and a giant cockroach. Wow.
That's nasty.
I'm glad I'm not doing this. Hallelujah.
I don't. And all right.
Thank you,
Just
Lord,
answer
for
it.
watching over me.
Marcos has opted in to the personal question. Marcos, how this is going to work. I'm going to ask Marcos a personal question. It's going to be deep, personal, something that he might not want to answer. And if he answers it, then Marcos and I don't have to eat. Son has to eat.
No, that's not how it works.
That's how it works.
If he
you
answer
can
it,
ask
no,
our producer.
If he answer it and he answer it, he don't have to eat. You have to
That's
eat.
not how that
yeah,
works.
because you're asking a question. No, that's
You're
how it
getting
works.
a bunch of head shakes.
Isn't that how it works? No.
That's not how
Thanks
it
for
works.
never having my back. For real. I hate this.
It's
Son thought
okay.
he was lucky today.
He thought he was being slick, finding a quick way out. So, Marcos, your wife, you mentioned off the air that your wife has some friends and that they are your friends too. Can you go ahead and name those three of those friends again, the ones that you're closest to?
I told him it was David
David,
and Marcella is her.
Marcella,
Marcella, and that's David's wife. And then the other friend, I think we didn't mention a third one, but you could say my friend Milton
Milton,
across the street. He's actually
David,
my neighbor. So.
Marcella, and Milton. Out of David, Marcella, and Milton, those 3 friends that you see at church, and one of them's your neighbor, put them in order from favorite to least favorite, and why?
What kind of question was that? I mean, there isn't a favorite. I can name them all 3, and it not in any specific order.
You'd have to put them in order from 1 to 2. This is my number 1.
Bro, you can't do
for
that.
this reason.
That's mean.
This is my number 2, and this is my number 3.
All right, I'll do it. Sure, why not? I mean, anything to not eat a beetle, right? They're gonna hate me.
I wouldn't let them hate you because friendship
don't-
shouldn't have to be in order, especially with his faith.
I'm going to tell you what. If he was on the other side of this right now, he'd be telling you the opposite.
Because what happened last week? What happened last week?
Nothing happened last week.
Oh,
We had technical
was
difficulties
cut out.
last week.
It was cut out.
Yeah. So
So we're gonna cut this one out too. Or?
no,
No,
we don't
there's
want to hurt
nothing
nobody's
cut out.
feeling. So my recommendation is to not hurt anyone's feeling. I would say just eat the beetle. Seriously.
I would say
just it's not a bad one. It's a small one.
I mean,
There's
I
a-
wouldn't.
I
I wouldn't
did say, we have to find solutions to our problems, and think fast on it. So, I mean, if I have to eat the beetle, I have to eat the beetle. But I'm not going to because I could just answer the question,
bam.
right?
No.
And don't fall into
No, that's not how it works.
this little horned fellow over here.
That's not how it works, though.
So then you said who are my closest friends in order, right? And hopefully don't hurt anybody's feelings. But obviously Milton, my neighbor, I'll put him number 1. Let's do that. And David number 2, and his wife number 3.
Why is Milton number 1?
We grew up together. We grew up together. He's my neighbor, so he's like my brother.
And
So-
David?
And David, I've met him, let's say 8, 9 years ago, and he's a great friend. So I hope I don't hurt his feelings. But
Then Marcella?
and that's just his wife. It's my wife's friend. I mean, she's my friend too. But you said well, my friend, so here we go.
This all was set up. It was all set up. I don't like you.
I like the way that you
I don't
did
like
that.
you right now.
There's
Of course.
always
And I
a way.
especially don't like this.
There's always a way, isn't there?
Oh yeah, that's okay, son. I'll give you a discount next time on the next bumper
Nope.
fix.
You could give him a discount on a beetle. Here you go, son. Go ahead and pull your
Or you
beetle
can
out
eat the
of here.
cockroach if you want.
Do you want the cockroach? I think he wants the scorpion. You got to go with the beetle, son. I'm gonna. All right. Oh yeah.
This should be a snack for you.
Oh, I hate you guys.
And what was it that he said?
No.
He said you have to eat the whole thing.
Nope.
The
Son
whole
said
thing, and not cut it off the air.
it. And yeah,
Oh,
ain't nothing
shoot.
getting cut off the air.
Oh, I can't do
No
it.
technical
I really
difficulties
can't do it,
today,
man.
buddy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Woo! Look at this, everybody. Woo! It's moving.
What kind of beetle is that?
This is a diving beetle.
And what
It
does
is-
that diving
it's-
beetle do?
It's the kind. It's the kind that you eat.
It's the kind.
Can I get a
Son.
bottle of water?
No.
Stop it.
Shout out to Son at Lake
No,
Conroe
put it
Automotive.
down. Put it down. I am
I don't
not
know what
with this
sound
at all.
beetles make.
Put it down, please. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down, please. I'm not gonna eat it. I don't know where your fingers been. Did you wash your hand?
I did.
Did you sanitize? I didn't see you sanitize it.
It's okay. Go ahead. I'll wash.
Oh
mine.
my!
Woo!
COVID don't get you, that beetle will.
It'll dive right into you.
I hate this so much right now.
Kind of reminds me of the movie The Mummy. The Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Those beetles.
Where did you
going
buy
into
this
the
beetle
skin.
from?
I can't reveal that information on the air. Look, it came in. Look, man. Look.
But is it good though? Like, can I eat it without
Yes.
dying?
Yes, you're good. You're
Are you
good.
sure? Let me see.
It comes from a reputable company.
It's edible.
It's edible.
United States, Newport, Rhode Island.
Don't just. But.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
No one needs to know where these beetles originated from.
Oh my goodness. Can I?
Just
Can I
think,
pick
some
this
part
beet-
of the country, this is a snack for somebody.
That is.
I don't like anybody right now. Seriously.
You have. You have to be multicultural, son. You got to understand what it's like to walk in other people's shoes. It's a part of being an entrepreneur.
That's one way to put it.
Damn.
Look at that belly.
Okay.
Donut. Donut.
I can't do it.
It's gonna come back to life, son.
Can we turn the light off, please?
Nope.
Oh my goodness. Can I spit it right out?
No. You gotta swallow.
I hate to be you right now, but
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
3.
All right, everybody. That is YPC's Wheel of Death here with Marcos with Auto Paint and Body.
I hate you guys.
Shout out to
Oh
Marcos.
my goodness,
Shout
that's
out
the
to
worst
his
thing
family.
ever.
Shout out to Douglas. Shout out to the shop. Shout out to all of those entrepreneurs out there. And shout out to Sam for taking that beetle like a champ. Everybody, will see you next week. Again, this is YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, YPC936. Good night.